Chris Murphy is raising millions of dollars, and he's putting into a group called Indivisible. He's funding it. And they're all across the state of Connecticut. They're rabid left-leaning people that are anti-Trump, anti-conservative, anti-common sense. I'll talk about myself for a minute. I'm an Emmy Award-winning producer, produced a series in Florida that went national on PBS called Disabilities and Possibilities, which made me qualified to become the legal spokesman for President Trump in Connecticut, New Jersey, and other states on disability issues. I worked for the president before he was president as a volunteer across many states for over a year. You may have seen me on CNN fighting to defend the president. Like it or not, he's not on the ballot. This country is turning positive financially, but not in Connecticut. So our real opponent is the Democrat Party. And so I'm running right now because I believe that, they always say, right now I'm running a national campaign, and we're going to have TV on next week. I'm going to play you an ad now. What's important to understand is that we have to differentiate ourselves between other people that are running. Two gentlemen just came up running against me, who have been in the race since last year and have not done anything as far as the general election. We will pick and only know our governor candidate in August 14th. I'm already hammering the Democrats and Murphy on the radio, and until August, I want to be in the primary, if there is one, and get in that primary to continue to hit him, as you're going to hear me hitting him now, on WPLR, on WRCH, 94.9, and we'll go on Fox next week. And what differentiates me is I can make an Emmy Award-winning commercial right now on my phone in the back of the room. I put a tweet out last week hitting Senator, I think it was Duff or whoever, came up against Supreme Court Justice that the Republicans knocked out. I tweeted from my kitchen and went in U.S. World Report. I have the ability to attract attention, to organize on the street as I've done for years in the Tea Party, and even with limited amount of money to go at this man and put out, with decorum, just about everything you can think of. So this is just one of many ads. You'll hear this one. This is on immigration, and here's how we're hitting Murphy right here. You should hear that down here.
Did you know Senator Chris Murphy went to law school, bar exam? Why then would he support sanctuary cities that protect the illegal immigrants who are breaking federal law? As a U.S. Senator and lawyer, hasn't Chris Murphy sworn an allegiance to the U.S. Constitution and the court system? Do you think Chris Murphy would support you breaking laws which you feel are unfair? It's time to build a wall that enforce the law. I'm Joe Visconti. Again.
In other words, this is not about amnesty or immigration per se. It's about our U.S. Senator who is an officer of the court who's promoting illegal immigration and breaking the federal law. We're going at him in a variety of ways that undermine his credibility and his profession, something Linda didn't do. And we have 3 or 4 more of these coming out. We have one on crumbling foundations, one on gun. I won't spend the time right now. You can go to my website and see them, Joe Visconti, Connecticut. I'm in this race to win this race. I'm not running as a sacrificial lamb. Our party right now, the way I feel, is treating this race. They're looking the other way, and they're looking at the gubernatorial race. God bless everyone who's in that race. Everyone in our party is on one side of the vote. 15 people on one side. And we have congressional seats that are running people without money, or if we even have a candidate. So I got in this race to fight hard. Let me just spend the last couple minutes telling about who I am. My father was a Marine. This is his ring. He's passed away. He was a contractor, and I was raised in 2 different industries. One was general contracting. I'm 61, and I started like 5 years old in the old world, being an Italian contractor family. The other part of my family was in the entertainment business, so when I wasn't working in construction, I was working at the Bushnell Theater in Hartford or the Hartford Civic Center as a stagehand. I moved into television years later and into acting also. I'm the president of the American Shakespeare Theater in Stratford. This is a group that I'm leading. I'm the president, and I'll tell you who the principals are because I'm also in the arts. George White, who founded the Eugene O'Neill Theater, is our CEO. Michael Price, for 40 years, who ran the Goodspeed, is our advisor on musicals. And Michael Kahn, who created the Juilliard School of Shakespeare, is our advisor for everything Shakespeare. We're looking to do the theater over on the water. This is important because in Connecticut, it's more than just how do we bring things back. Trump has hurt the arts, and I'm here to help the arts. And the last thing I'll say is this. I'm a Republican, but if I think we're running wrong candidates or I think our party's doing something wrong and really going the wrong way, I'm going to stand against it. I'm not a maverick, but I'm a person who believes in strong principles, and I'm not an extremist. I'll work across the aisle if there is someone that has an idea that's good. but I'm not a maverick, but I will have my own mind. I think Connecticut wants something like that, that will work. Someone who's in the arts, someone who is in politics, someone who is in the construction industry. And by the way, the construction industry that I ran with my father for 40 years, our clients were the Aetna, the Hartford Insurance, multi-million-dollar project. So at 61, I've done a lot of things. But politics is my passion. My children are grown, and I have nothing to do right now but try to help the president, help the Republican Party nationally, and we can do this. I know I can do it. If I'm not your favorite candidate, please help me with your delegates to get me in the primary so I can continue what I've been doing for 40 days that no other candidate in this race has done, beat the hell out of Chris Murphy. Thank you so much for your time.
I'm Joe Visconti, a candidate for the United States Senate, and I approve this message. This message was paid for by Joe Visconti, Connecticut.